Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, we're doing the Altbier tasting. It's an impromptu. I know you're not supposed to do a video unless you're prepared. I don't even remember the ABV. I don't remember the ingredients. I don't remember almost anything.
Well, hey, you can still throw it up though.
What I will, yeah, that's right. Great idea.
I meant on the video.
I'll put the graphics up. You can see what the ABV was. You can see everything. I did have a problem and I did resolve it, which was awesome. I was super excited. So this is a German Altbier, which would be brewed somewhere in Dusseldorf, Germany. And of course I used the White Labs Dusseldorf Alt yeast, and I bought it, it failed. It didn't do anything. But because I used to have a yeast bank that I haven't been maintaining and I'm getting ready to dump, I was like, you know what? Let's just see. I did have a German yeast I could use, but I grabbed an Altbier yeast that had a little bit of beer sitting on top of it that had been sitting in the bottom of my fridge for over a year. Probably a year and 3 months.
That doesn't sound very good.
No.
Okay.
I dumped the beer off of it, added a little bit of water, swirled it around, dumped it in. Next morning, boom, it was fermenting, smelled good, didn't smell funky. It saved my butt. So I was very, 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 very happy. Of course, without even looking at the recipe, I can pretty much guarantee I probably have a hint of chocolate and a hint of rye in here. I love a good alt beer with a hint, just a hint of chocolate and rye. And it was probably chocolate rye malt.
First things first, you can't even see through it.
Yeah, it's on the very end of the spectrum for the darkness. It just is. I don't remember the ABV. I want to say it's in the high or mid sixes. I do know that I screwed up that I didn't mention in the brewing, where I walked away for 10 minutes longer than I should have during the yeast, or not the yeast, the hops. So it's a little more bitter than it probably should be.
Okay.
Or at least up at the higher end of the spectrum. So I may have colored outside the lines a hint, but you know, it is what it is. If you enjoy the beer, it doesn't really matter. There really should be no roast on here. And if it is, it's gonna be super faint, I would hope.
I think it's maybe rye I'm smelling.
Oh, I smell the rye.
Yeah.
And taste it. And I may have put more than I realized. I don't remember. I may have put rye and chocolate rye. I don't remember.
It's a little bit of chocolate in the aftertaste.
Oh, the chocolate is big in the aftertaste for me, at least. For some reason, I can't seem to get my carbonation in suspension yet. It's maybe a little early on. I probably should let it sit a little longer.
Very much so, like rye forward and then chocolate finish on it.
Oh, very nice chocolate finish. This is the one, thank you to Nico. Came over and we brewed it on a Spike Solo, bottom drain. And I'm not sure if he's ever brewed an alt beer, but I didn't ask. I just brewed it. I probably should have asked. I apologize, Nico. I was excited to brew, and I'd been wanting to brew an alt beer for a while before I brewed my Halloween beers that I just brewed recently, which you'll see those later. But yeah, German alt beer. I'm sorry, I've tried multiple yeasts out there. I will only use the White Labs Dusseldorf yeast. And I say I would only, I may try something else down the road, but I'll probably regret it. Just saying. It's done me right. When something does you right, you try something different and it's not as good.
Don't fix it.
Yeah, and I have tried a couple other yeasts and I've not been impressed. I love Imperial yeast, and I think one of them was an Imperial, but it just didn't come across the same way. It just wasn't the same beer. I've put White Labs against White Labs. We did that with the Irish beers, with both the dark and the red, and some White Labs taste amazing with certain styles, and some, not my thing. Just saying. Not saying it's bad, just not my thing. Actually, I take it back. I can't remember. This might be around low sixes. I don't remember. You know, because I put it down here, so you've seen it before I remember. My memory, like I said, I normally, when we go and do these taste testings, I go get all the information, but Drew just showed up at the door at 7:50. I've got an 8 o'clock conference call with somebody. A beer-related conference call. And so we just had to rush and do this really quick. Well, and he is taste testing another beer that I have aging on oak with bourbon and vanilla. Yeah, you'll see that later.
Well, I mean, it tastes pretty good. Doesn't taste like it's overly...
It's not roasted.
Not roast at all, actually. And then the ABV, it's about right, taste-wise.
I'm going to say it's around 6 somewhere. I think I kept it pretty close to within style guidelines. I don't think I drew outside the line. And I think an alt beer is well under 7. I think it's around the high 5s, low 6.
Okay.
Like I said, you've seen it before I did because I can't remember, and I'll put the information down there. Cheers. I appreciate you. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. Definitely appreciate you. I'm appreciating this beer right now. Cheers.